is under control.
You go to If I Had Legs, I Would Kick You because of Rose Byrne. This isn't a performance that defines her range and depth. The camera holds onto her face for nearly the entire film, and the result is something both raw and magnetic. Mary Bronstein directs the story with precision and control, and giving Byrne the room to build a performance that feels lived in and unfiltered. It's not a showpiece, it's a study. You don't watch Byrne act, you watch her dissolve. The focus is so direct that you begin to feel the weight pressing in on her and the air thinning around her and the walls that seem close a little tighter in each scene. And Byrne plays Linda, a mother caught between exhaustion and responsibility. Her child is sick, her husband works overseas or undisclosed location. The details are simple, but what Bronstein captures is how a person begins to lose hold of herself when no one else is there to help shoulder the burden. The repetition of the daily life becomes her own punishment. She moves through familiar spaces that no longer feel safe, and her sense of direction, both emotional and physical, start to blur. The film doesn't dramatize it. There are no big speeches or sudden breakdowns. Instead, it builds through fatigue, through small signs that something inside her has started to fracture. And Bronstein shoots the film in close frame, stripping away comfort. The sound feels unprocessed, and every breath, every shift in the chair, every sound in the room is magnified until it becomes part of the emotional texture. There's no musical cue, no soften anything. What you hear is what exists. The stillness in the frame has its own kind of tension, one that's almost suffocating. The audience isn't asked to observe, it's pulled into the same headspace as the character. And that's what gives the film its strength. Rose Byrne hasn't had a role this exposed since her early Australian work. Most audience know her from larger productions like Damages or Bridesmaids or Physical, but this film asks for something different. It removes all polish. Every expression a confession. There's nothing performative about what she's doing here. She carries the film without ever pushing it, and every scene depends on her presence, and she sustains it with precision. And Conan O'Brien's appearance adds an unexpected edge. Known for his wit, he takes a role that strips away all familiarity. His character feels detached, disoriented, and almost hollowed out, and that contrast gives the film another layer. No, not humor, but dissonance. And when the two share the scene, there's no sense of balance. It's all discomfort, and it works. They speak to each other, but really connect. The dialogue in the air is static, and it's exactly what makes it effective. The film's approach to mental health avoids easy interpretation. There's no label or lesson. It observes the slow erosion that happens when loneliness becomes normal. It's not a fall, it's a fade. And Bronstein treats it with restraint, allowing Byrne's body language to say everything. Her posture changes, her eyes lose focus, and her voice grows smaller, not out of weakness, but out of depletion. The editing keeps you inside that experience, and it never offers an escape. And cinematographer Sean Price Williams gives the film a raw texture that matches Bronstein's stripped-down direction. The images look handheld but never careless. Light and spaces are treated as an emotional cues, but rooms flatten, hallways stretch, and small domestic moments feel unnervingly large. It's not stylized, it's observant. And every frame mirrors that instability of the person it's centered on. And there's a scene near the end where Linda sits motionless, her eyes unfocused, while the background noise keeps humming. The shot doesn't cut. It holds long enough that you begin to feel the same fatigue she does. And that's Bronstein's method, not to explain, but to let you live in that same rhythm of exhaustion and confusion. The restraint in that choice gives the film its resonance. It's not looking for empathy, it's looking for understanding. If I Had Legs, I Would Kick You isn't built for comfort or broad appeal. It's an independent film that values honesty and accessibility. The pacing is deliberate, the tone is unvarnished, and the performance exact. And some may find it heavy, others will recognize the truth immediately. It's the kind of film that leaves you with more than you can easily describe. Rose Byrne delivers what may be the finest work of her career, performance stripped of vanity, grounded in observation, and guided by trust in the material. Bronstein and Byrne create something rare here. A film that doesn't tell you what to feel, but lets you feel something real. It's not entertainment, it's an experience. And Byrne's control is remarkable. Her exhaustion, genuine, her restraint, the very thing that makes her so compelling. Independent cinema still produces films like this, unflinching, specific, and deeply human. If I Had Legs, I Would Kick You stands as proof that the smallest stories can leave the deepest mark. It's not about transformation, it's about endurance. Look for my full written review at realpete.com, and I appreciate you going on this film journey with me, and as always, be real.
Respond to the email that I sent you about my dream.
I don't respond to my clients' dream emails.